7, 2, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Welcome to the Cryptonometron. Today I'm doing another token to watch. This one is on Publica. Now I tried to get this video out earlier, but I've been so busy doing the ICO reviews I never had a chance. And in the meantime, Publica's gone from about 30 cents up to over $1. In the bull run of all the altcoins, it's been no exception. It has gone up substantially. So sorry about that. I did try to announce it before. There's still a lot of play in this. There's still a lot of traction in this token. So welcome to the Publica video. I hope you enjoy it. Let's begin. So Publica, basically being a protocol for decentralized publishing, is going to help authors get published and make quality titles. So they say here that their mission is to help you as an author to make quality books. So they'll help you set up crowdfunding, ignite a community of followers, grow it and let them support you. And they're a little bit more than just the traditional crowdfunding platform. So if you've already written a book, they will also help you distribute it if it's an ebook, and there'll be no geofencing or walled gardens. So basically you can distribute it worldwide. And if you're an author writing about crypto, then you can allow your readers to experience it in the Publica app reader, combined with a wallet that holds your token as an easy access key to your book. So a very interesting project. Let's dig in a little bit further. So Publica will become eventually the de facto largest publisher, so they believe. They will contain zero inventory because they're on the blockchain, but published books will last forever, both for the readers and the world. So their protocol layer is built in Solidity, obviously using the Ethereum blockchain, and it enables the decentralization of direct transactions in protocol currency between readers and authors in order to purchase keys for the literary works of the latter. So essentially what will happen is, if you want to read the books, you can pay in the tokens to read the books. It's quite simple, and then the author gets paid. So they're going to use the ERC Ethereum token as the access key, and access keys are purchased for protocol currency. It's called the read token, and it's unique for each literary work that's on the decentralized blockchain. And there will be equal and free access to the Ethereum blockchain underlying data that enables transparent verification of the ownership and authorization of access to a literary work that the read token is associated with. So because it's on the blockchain, the storage will be immutable and obviously decentralized. And the Publica protocol, they say, is experimenting with connection to solutions offered by IPFS, which is still in alpha stage, I believe, storage, SIA, MadeSafe, and upcoming Filecoin, EOS, and eventually Swarm for Ethereum. So it's powered by a currency called Pebbles, or PBL, which is an ERC20 token, and that has fixed lock supply. And we'll look at that in a minute on CoinMarketCap, but let's continue to explore the technology and what they offer. So the protocol app layer of customer-facing apps will be built by the protocol team as white label, open source tools available for the community for branding, extending and embedding into other apps. For example, enhancing current ink readers and e-readers with a wallet module supporting the Publica protocol. So with the read tokens, the rights tokens, and smart contracts, everybody can benefit. And their new business models can evolve on top of the Publica protocol. One thing that I instantly noticed about Publica is they're very good at keeping everybody informed about what's going on, not only on their social media platforms, but also in their blog and in the news articles. They have press released their media kit on December the 14th, listed on KuCoin Exchange back in December 7th, and obviously they've probably had a break for the Christmas and New Year period and will be back updating their website in due course. But as you can see, there's a lot of information for you to go and troll through if you want to, for any potential investor, even in the tokens only, or if they want to use the platform. It's very good to have this amount of information just at your fingertips. So they are well represented on social media. As we can see, they have 2 Telegram groups. One is actually a discussion group with over 1,500 members. Another one is an announcement group with over 3,250 members. They're on Bitcoin Talk Forum, they're on Reddit, they're on Twitter with over 9,600 followers, and they're on Facebook with over 6,200 followers. So there is good community support, and they do update on a regular basis. I've got them on Twitter, and I've also got them on Facebook, and I've joined their Telegram group as of today. So their partners are the Alliance of Independent Authors and also ScandiWeb. And they are the co-founders and the technology partners in this project. The roadmap, in January, the team's going to kick the project off properly. February, they will start building the Publica protocol architecture, start branding with the style guide, promotional support. In March, there will be a reader app wallet prototype and web version available. Continuing on through April, the publisher app, web prototype, author's journey, publishing modules and sales module will become available. In May, smart contracts for the read PBL token transactions and access to books will become available. In June, the exchange, the API connection with external exchanges to facilitate the sale or acquisition of PBLs by protocol users will become available. Then in July, they will have the internal exchange to trade the read tokens. In August, there will be a reader app wallet build available. September, web app prototype and the reader's journey. And October, web app build, author's journey. And by November, the end-to-end protocol and app layer will go into beta testing. In December, the PBL token will become operational and the Publica protocol will be inaugurated. So the roadmap is about a year long from this January. So let's see how it goes through the course of this year. So they list the benefits for the community here, breaking it down between authors, readers, early contributors, and humanists. So for authors, the benefits of Publica are direct payments immediately. When somebody reads your book, you'll get the read tokens, which will be converted into PBL, and then whatever other currency you want. There will be transparent sales ledgers for sales of digital copies, so no audits required. You'll know exactly how many books that you're selling at any given time, or whoever's reading your book. Again, it's on the blockchain, it's immutable, and trustless and transparent. Also, this will elevate your current business model if you're an author. Crowdfunding, online storefronts, scholastic and scientific institutions, patronage, serialization, collaborations, peer reviews, pay-as-you-read, public libraries, non-profits. This Publica platform will give you access to all of these, whereas previously you would have had to sort of dash about, and you wouldn't have them all at your fingertips. So this is an excellent benefit. Number 4, authors are creative, but they're currently bound by a controversial term, license and EULA. So this protocol will introduce access, key, and freeze authors from the legal constraints into discovering new business models. So no license is required anymore, and you can basically, upload your work to the blockchain and sell it to whoever you want. Number 5 is freedom to market, publicize, and sell to the whole world without fear of chargebacks, errors, or cheating. Sell on proprietary online storefronts as well. So gives you a bigger market, access to more people that want to read your material. Number 6, strong resistance to censorship and tampering by the immutable virtue of blockchain-based storage. Finished works are automatically dated and fixed no matter how many editions or variations are sold. Now this is extremely important. If you're writing about something that's controversial or that is perhaps taboo in your country or even banned somewhere, you can still get published, and because it's on a decentralized network, it can't be censored, it can't be removed. So access can be given by anybody. They can access it quite easily. Any potential readers can get it. It's different if you uploaded it to your own website. Your website could be blocked, or if you had a printed copy, for example, it would just be outright banned in some countries, and and potential readers couldn't get access to it. So this is a fantastic idea and one of the great uses of the blockchain technology. Number 7, direct control over what to publish at what price in an ever more decentralized world of global commerce. And this is very important because as an author, you are going to want to know how much you can get for your books. You've got complete control over it. It's not as if you've given it to Amazon or one of these other platforms and they decide and then they take a percentage off you. You will be able to control this completely. So you're in charge of your own affairs. Number 8, long-lived ebooks, never abandoned by a publisher's fortunes or licensing model. The Publica protocol continues working even if Publica, the organization, goes away. So you'll still have your works out there on the blockchain, hopefully forever. And you know, that's really, really important because paper books will decay and be destroyed over time. But if we have an immutable ledger that keeps written works forever, that's a very important thing. So Publica protocol benefits for readers are, of course, number 1, lower prices. Payments go directly to the author's wallet, so you've not got any third parties or intermediaries taking a hefty whack of your money or the author's money and sticking it in their own pocket. There is irrevocable ownership, so basically your ownership of the read token linking you to the decentralized storage is immutable. The protocol supports paper books, print on demand, so you'll be able to get your work printed out that you want to read if that's how you prefer to read it. But you will also own it for as long as you want to. You know, that cannot be reversed. Number 3, secondary markets and persistence, so you can sell or give book keys as you wish. Ebooks on decentralized storage don't disappear. This is fantastic. It means if you've read a book and somebody else wants to read it, you can sell it on, you can give them as gifts. The possibilities are endless. Number 4, radical inclusion. Well, authors can include their readers in crowdfunding and other business models that provide the capital necessary to produce great book projects. So you can get involved. If you like an author and you think they should be more widely known, you can get involved yourself. It's very difficult to do that if you're you know, in the current system. Number 5, lower price paper books, print on demand where the reader is with no shipping, eliminate waste in traditional large print runs and warehousing. Fantastic. Caring for the environment, not chopping down too many trees, plus lower price paper books, bigger incentive to actually get them, and no shipping costs as well because they'll be printed wherever you are. So for early contributors, their benefits are you own a piece of the protocol. So the protocol obviously requires the Pebbles tokens, the PBL tokens, in a fixed supply, and Pebbles are the sole medium of exchange in the Publica workflow. So you actually own a piece of the protocol itself rather than a share in a company. But you are essential as a token owner, you're essential for the functioning of the ecosystem. Number 2, be an important part of tokenizing access and decentralizing storage of the world's information that's suitable for e-commerce, wallet to wallet, starting with how big ideas and deep knowledge are shared in books. So, you know, you're in a level as an early contributor, like myself, you're in a level where you can turn around and say, I realized the potential of this technology way before 99.99% of the population ever knew about it. So you're in at the early level. It gives you those bragging rights, but it also gives you a sense of worth and well-being, I think. So if you're a humanist, there's also benefits to you from the Publica protocol, and they are threefold. The first one is independence. Because the Publica protocol is open source, decentralized and immutable, smart contracts, once set on a blockchain, work without third-party mediation. So it's complete independence, complete freedom to do what you want to do. Number 2 is democratizing value and trust. Well, book buyers vote only with their own wallets. A radical inclusion of buyers and sellers with their incentives aligned, mediated only by the blockchain. So it's democratic, it's trustless, it's immutable. Number 3, spreading books to the underbooked and the underbanked around the globe. Probably the most important thing about the blockchain is that it will be able to help people that can't get to books, that can't afford books, that can't you know, get access to a library. People in Africa, for example, you know, they're far more likely to be able to get a hold of a electronic mobile device to be able to read ebooks than they are to go to a library and get a paper copy of a book. That's a sad commentary, but it's true. And you know, the underbanked as well around the globe, they don't have access to, a lot of people don't have access to financial services. They can't order things online. You know, even signing up for a PayPal account is impossible for them. So this is going to spread it to everybody, which makes people more literate around the world, which is only a good thing. So a quick look at the team now. Joseph Mark is the leader of the team. He says he didn't originate the Publica idea in its earliest form, but he volunteered to write the white paper and thought it through to its logical end. His experience is in media, in television, I think mostly. He's also worked at the United Nations Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda and made the videotape history of it easily accessible. He's worked for Sony, CBS, installing Jumbotron control rooms at New York, Times Square, etc. So he's very experienced in media and publishing. He knows what he's doing. Going down the list, there is Yuri Pimenov. He's the Chief Technical Officer, and he is a pioneer in Bitcoin trading technology and systems. He's a long-time contributor to the blockchain community. He has written books in Russian, or actually translated books. He translated Mastering Blockchain by Andreas Antonopoulos. You should know him. He's a Bitcoin evangelist. If you don't, please go watch him on YouTube. He's a very interesting guy. And before Publica, he was the CTO of a leading Bitcoin exchange. And he has a master's degree from Riga Technical University. Antons Sapriko is the COO, and he is responsible for the operations. His experience leading ScandiWeb from a local agency to becoming the largest e-commerce service provider on the Magento platform is going to help Publica take care of business, and I'm quite confident that that will happen. So they have some advisors, some interesting comments they make there, but let's just quickly have a little look. Is Sharon Wood here. Sharon is an author of 10 science fiction novels. I'm sorry to say that I haven't read any of them, but she's also a self-taught publisher and CEO of Digital Imagination Publishing. Another advisor is Arne Krokan. He is Professor of Technology, Communication, Organisation and Management at the Department of Sociology and Political Science at NTNU Norway, and he's a keynote speaker, government advisor. And Mark Kennisberg there is a founder of BitcoinChaser.com, one of the most popular resource sites for blockchain enthusiasts, and a regular speaker and contributor at industry events around the world. 18 years experience in online marketing, and he's an advisor to many successful blockchain businesses. He's a strong addition to the Publica team, and I wouldn't disagree. I think all three advisors are very talented. So word on ScandiWeb before we continue. They are a leading digital agency, and some of their clients include Lancome there, Citroën, Walmart even, Thomson Reuters, New York Times, L'Oreal, and Peugeot. So having a partnership with ScandiWeb has obviously is going to push this forward a lot faster and better than they are enabled to do alone. So they have a numerous operations team under the core team, and all of these guys have worked for bigger companies such as Jaguar, New York Times, Walmart, etc., and involved in many startups. And there's 15, 18, and 19 of them in total. So the token sale was concluded a couple of months ago. And this is the breakdown. As you can see, 51% of tokens were sold in the token sale, 20% retained by Publica but locked up for 5 years, which is a long time, and 25% are to be distributed to incentivize the ecosystem. 2% were for a bounty program, and 2% were to cover the cost of the ICO. The initial rate of the PBL or Pebbles token was 10 cents for 1 PBL. So why do I believe Publica is a good bet or a safe bet, and why have I named it my token to watch today? Well, for numerous reasons. I tried to do a quick review, as you've just heard. I didn't touch on everything. I didn't go too deep into the technological aspects or what they're trying to do, but I believe in the concept of Publica. I think the team is very strong. And as a decentralized publishing platform, it's a very important step forward into the future. So I'm wholeheartedly behind this project. For full disclosure, as per usual, I do own a bit Publica tokens. I did buy them, as I mentioned earlier on in the review, at around 31 cents, I believe I paid for them. I didn't get in on the ICO. It was on my radar back then, but I simply didn't have the funds to go into it, unfortunately, or I would have. Now, although the price is currently around $1.27, on CoinMarketCap, let's bear in mind that the altcoins have been going through a massive bull run recently, and everything's been on the up and up for the last 3-4 days. Everything's been in the green. Publica's no exception. But why do I pick Publica over some of the other similar coins, similarly priced coins, let's say, similarly, projects with similar aims? Well, the reason is I think Publica's more polished. I think they've got more ability to deliver what they say they're going to do. And also, what has to be taken into account is the very low circulating supply of just over 18.5 million pebbles. And this has resulted in a low and a still very low market cap of just over $23.5 million US. I believe that the potential for this project is a lot higher. This could possibly be a top 100, top 50 project if it's implemented this year. So at $1.27, I think this has still got growth up to $10 to $15 in the medium to long term. So I'm backing this project already. I'm a long-term holder of this. I will be for the future. As we can see from the charts, it had a little bit of a lull when it came off the ICO, and it just got reignited again earlier on in December. So quickly looking at the historical data, it came on the exchanges on November the 23rd, appeared on Ether Delta, I believe. I did actually buy some back then and held it. And it's just really, I had a lull, as I said, and it's just really underperformed for a long time. But then it started taking off again after it came to some of the more prominent YouTubers' attention, and they have mentioned it on their videos, and that's caused it to get a little bit more traction. But as I say, it's still underperforming because this should be a lot higher than it is at the moment. Now, obviously, this isn't financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Please, if you're going to invest in anything, invest with caution, invest wisely, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. However, if this wasn't my opinion and I was giving you advice, I'd say this is still quite a solid buy, even at the price at the moment. I'm going to hold on for the long term, as I keep saying. So that's my brief token to watch for today, which is the 3rd of January 2018. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, please tell your friends, and I'll be back tomorrow. I was trying to do a WePower ICO review, but the website's gone down, so I no longer can do that. So I've been looking for another project to pick. There are a few up-and-coming ICOs, and they take a little bit longer than the tokens or the news videos I do. As you can imagine, I like to go through ICOs with a fine-tooth comb. Projects that are already established, like Publica, not so much. But ICOs, I think it's very important that we do our due diligence on them. So thanks, guys. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching my videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.